Hi, this is Pete from Waylay, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make use of the Waylay cache. So whenever you are working with streaming data, that streaming data gets stored in a Waylay cache, and in that cache we keep a number of samples per resource. So in this video we're going to build a use case for anomaly detection. So we're going to detect when we haven't received new data from a sensor for quite a while, and if that's the case we want an alarm to be generated. So let me open up the designer here, and in the left pane I'll scroll down until I hit the category Waylay, and here at the bottom I see two sensors. One is Waylay get latest item, which gets the last item for a particular resource from the cache, and I also have Waylay get stats, which gets the some statistics over multiple samples of a particular resource. But for this use case we'll stick to the Waylay get latest item. So we're gonna collect data for a resource or an item called machine 2, and that machine 2 has sent data to app.waylay.io. We can test this right away here, so we get the latest item from the cache and we see the last temperature value that was pushed for machine 2 was 23 with this particular timestamp value. Okay. Now we're going to also use the current time. I need to fill in the time zone here, so copy that here, so it's Europe Brussels, the time zone. We can ignore the hour, we don't need that here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a function node in which I will compare the current time, which comes from the isHour sensor, with the timestamp of Waylay get latest item, so the last time we received new data for machine number 2. So I'll open up the formula editor here and we'll take the absolute value of the Waylay get latest item 1 dot timestamp minus the isHour 1 dot timestamp, and we'll say whenever this exceeds the threshold of 300,000, which corresponds to 5 minutes. Now there is one item we should not forget, is that whenever we work with function nodes, we want to make sure that the sensors get executed before the function node gets executed, and hence we need to set the sequence number of both of the sensors to 1, and of the function node we'll set the sequence number to 2. Finally, we're going to attach an actuator here, an alarm dialog, and the alarm dialog should trigger whenever the function node is evaluated to be above the threshold, and the message should be no new sensor data received. Okay. So we've built our scenario. Let's go to the debugger. The task type is set to periodic with a polling frequency of 10 seconds, which should be fine. And now we're going to start the debugger. We can ignore this message. And we see straight away we have no new sensor data received. If we change the plot mode to raw data, we also see here function 1 being evaluated above the threshold of 300,000, and hence we are seeing the debug dialog. So if we would now push new data towards our machine 2, this message would start disappearing. Okay, so in this video I've shown you how you can make use of the Waylay cache. I've shown a small example on how you can use this feature for anomaly detection and detection the absence of new sensor data being pushed towards the platform.